Alright, so let's look at some examples here. And we'll start with 6x minus 12 is greater than 8x plus 2. And what I'll label the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So when I talk about them, I can refer to the sides that I'm looking at. Now I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides, because I want to show you something that's neat here. And so 6x minus 6x goes away, and I get negative 12 is greater than 8x minus 6x is 2x. So now I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And that's going to give me 2x is less than negative 14. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And I'm going to get x is less than negative 7. But notice how I said that. I can rewrite this right-hand side if I bring it over here, but I have to notice this is pointing at x. So when I rewrite it, I have to make sure it's pointing at x to keep the meaning of this the same. And so if I put this on a number line, get my numbers on my number line here. I have an open circle on negative 7. And I have everything to the left. And we'll look at another example here. I'll have 2 times x minus 3 plus 5x is less than or equal to 8 times the quantity x minus 1. Now I'm going to do my distributions. I'm going to follow all my properties of real numbers. And so I'll distribute the 2 to each term. And I'll distribute the 8 to each term. And what I'm going to do here is I'll gather the x's together. And now I'll subtract 8x from both sides. These 8x's will go away, leaving negative 8 on the right-hand side and negative x minus 6 on the left-hand side. I'll add 6 to both sides. All right, plus 6, which is negative 2. And now I need to divide by a negative. But when I divide by a negative, it's going to flip this over. So negative x divided by negative 1 is greater than or equal to 2. If I put this on my number line, oops, that's a 0. Because it's greater than or equal to, I color in the circle, and I paint everything out towards that side. Alright, let's look at an inequality that's bounded on both sides. Let me clear this. Scroll up. Alright. And so what do we mean bounded by both sides? Is we can have negative 3 is less than 2x plus 1, which is less than or equal to 3. Now when I do something, I'm going to have to do it to all kind of 3 parts. We can say there's a left-hand side, a center, and a right-hand side. And whatever I do to one side, I do to all the others. And so I want to get x on its own, so I'm going to subtract 1. And I'm going to have to do that from each side. And now I'm going to divide by 2. And I've created the boundaries for x. And if we put this on the number line, it has an equal sign by the 1, and an inequality on negative 2. And so that's all the possible answers for x with that inequality. And these are our examples of using inequalities.